So peace, everyone. It's good. So I just wanted to hop on here real fast and kind of connect with everybody. You know that here to announce we're going to start our new series, and there'll be several uh, basically episodes in the series that we'll be doing and tapping into the shadow psychology of the soul. I think right at this time, a lot of people I talk to and coach with, and it's very apparent that one of the skill sets that we need in relationships or in our personal dealings, whether we're at work, whether we're doing our families, and so forth, is to have the ability to recognize the shadow or the dark psychology that people might be operating from. So that way we can anticipate better, discern better, and ultimately be able to make the proper decisions when we're faced with this, when we recognize that there is a presence of shadow psychology in the unfavorable space, or someone straight operating from dark psychology. And so we're coming from a spiritual point of view. I like to term it as spiritual psychology. As some of you know, I'm a metaphysician, a registered metaphysician, so I just come from the spiritual side of things, but I believe in practicality. And so one of the things, if you're on the spiritual path, whether you're, observing, if you refer to the Bible, the Vedic wisdom, and Ma'at, or Kemet, whatever, what you're going to realize is the commonality that all branches or all limbs are or some form of way talking about the soul and how your soul participates in life, what your soul projects, what the soul needs to be aware of, and quote unquote referencing to the world. We're emphasized to not conform to the world, or be aware of evildoers and all kind of different expressions that come across from a variety of sources, source texts that embodies some type of wisdom. And so, but at this point, a lot of times we don't have a quote unquote crash course into understanding the ins and outs of the drivers behind the behavior behind, or the force, let's say, the forces behind these behaviors that causes people to act in disrespectful ways intentionally, people operating in harmful ways, people operating in a self-seeking way at the expense of you. And so there's a lot of this going on, especially when we hear a lot of the commentaries in the relationship space. And so it's definitely important. And if you're someone that's experienced gaslighting, I guess, love bomb, or, all these different expressions that people really say they continue to experience. If you continue to experience those things or witness those things, that's a signal for you to get to a space to open yourself up, to unlearn, to learn, to unlearn what? Shadow psychology. Okay? And so that's what I'm going to be doing starting on June 21st. Okay? That was up high. Starting June 21st. Okay? And as we start that, what you can do now, we're onboarding now. What we're doing differently, let's say what I'm doing differently and we are doing differently, is this is being exclusively provided to the Soul House members, but it's available for anyone that wants to attend, that wants to get this up under you. So this is what you do. You can go right now to my YouTube page, click the link, the links, and go to Soul House. Once you become a Soul House member, you're automatically going to be have access into this series. This series is going to be ongoing for a little bit, because we're going to just hit a lot of different angles. For example, like feminine, the shadow of feminine energy, the shadow of masculine energy, the shadow of androgynous energy, power dynamics, aspects of the ego, We're going to tap into a lot of different things. We're going to tap into the drivers behind, behind the behavior, because everything energy perceives reality. So there's forces, and these tendencies come from different things, and based upon what people are yielded to or inwardly channeling, they're bringing these things forward. So it's not coming out of nowhere. Just some people bounce in and out of it. Some people just flat out operate in it for extended periods of time. Some people just reside in it, and some people do not. And I think sometimes we're treating people like they do not operate in those thresholds of shadows or dark psychology. And so because of that, it's just showing up in a lot of our relations in a variety of different ways. And let's be clear, since we're on here, the number one, the main corporate of this thing is a lot of aspects we see in the government representation of things. Anytime you got people that do not speak straightly about things, or people can't operate in truth dealing, that's a signal for what? Shadows or dark psychology. And so a lot of people dealing with our health, a lot of people dealing with, jobs. I mean, there's a lot of things coming at us that's, and for me, I'm always the type of person is don't get caught up in the blame or to loathe in the disappointment, but be a part of the solution, the resolution. And I think one of the things that help us out is to open up our eyes. This is one of the areas that I find, over the years, people enjoy when they seek advice, is because my ability to be able to see through the veneer that people show. And so now what we're going to do is present this across and empower you, empower anyone that's to join. So again, to join, just go to this, go to that link on my YouTube channel right here, Satori Seals YouTube channel, and then scroll down to where it says Soul House, and click that, become a member, and boom, you'll be right there. And what's going to happen is, as the series begins to get closer, you'll get the email. So, and everybody that's in the Soul House right now, check your emails, because emails are going out. We have some people that's joined on recently, so appreciate that. There's a whole, and you're not just getting access to be able to attend this series, The Shadow Psychology of the Soul, but you're also getting access into other series, other different lives. There's a wisdom soul catalog of covering relationships, dealing with money, just well-rounded. I'm a firm believer in, our life journey and our spiritual practices need to have, a template for different areas in life, so that way we can navigate through life in a certain level of flow, and also be able to troubleshoot when things are not working out really in our favor. So those of you that are interested in the shadow psychology and want to go more deeper into that, because we're going to go get deeper into that. One of the things you probably want to do is to start, and one thing everybody in the Soul House, everybody know all the members, is we begin with this book right here, Soul Rights. So some of you right now, because some of you, it's not a game, right? Y'all like, you know what? I'm in these situations, I've been in these type of relationships, and I'm tired. So if you're tired, get the Soul House book. And also that link is available on my YouTube channel page too. Just scroll right down there on the links and go click Soul Rights. And Soul Rights just take you straight in. Why is Soul Rights important? Because everybody's soul, we're talking about the soul, we're talking about the inner part of you, your inner health, your inner well-being, your thoughts, your emotions, your intentions, your motivations, your interests. All this stuff is the housing of the soul, and you have rights that benefit your soul as others. And so when people are violating those rights, you need to understand that you have people that are operating as a deterrent to your soul rights, and you need to recognize that. So this is one of the first steps to understand shadow psychology and dark psychology. Why? Because once you know your soul rights, it's easier to recognize those who is not respecting your soul rights. And that translates into opening your eyes up to see it. And so now you're on a path of awareness, and not just awareness in itself, because a lot of people goes for that, and that's great. But now what I want to do is take you onto the path of understanding. Because we're on the path of understanding, you're no longer inferior to the subtle devices and the trickery and the stratagem or the different schemas that people will try to bring against you, against your family, against your relationships, and so forth, because you are able to see and you'll become more sensitive. Your intuition will be birthed even more to detect the small subtleties of those that don't respect your soul rights. So the foundation of understanding shadow psychology is to understand your soul rights. You understand your soul rights, now it's going to be a lot easier. So if y'all going to be tapping into the series, I highly encourage you to get this book. I know you're like, well, he's selling stuff today. Absolutely I am, because you got to invest into your own understanding. You got to invest in your own empowerment. You got to invest into your awareness, and you got to invest into your peace. So that's why I want to just hop on here real fast and mention this. Also, if you pop back on at 9 o'clock today, 9 o'clock in the morning Eastern time, I'm going to come back on. I'm going to talk about bouncing back. Numerology speaking wise, this is a very interesting time. Every day is always an interesting time, of course, but I feel led this morning while I was meditating. It's like, just bring some hope that speak to people bouncing back, because a lot of people are working towards their bounce back. Some people feel like they're being suffocated by just the different flows in life, and sometimes we just need to be able to hear and get some guidance on some things. So chime back on here at 9 o'clock, and I will do that for you. But for this piece right here, like I said, if anything, you want to get a hold to this book, Soul Rights. It's a ebook. Click it, just download, and you got it. Because especially if you're going to be attending the the series, this takes you ahead of the game. Okay. Also, before I hop off of here, I want to let y'all realize, because some of you know that coming along in the late summer and definitely through the fall, I'm going to be touring. I'm going to be doing the Soul to Soul tour. And the Soul to Soul tour is going to capture See Your Lover. See Your Lover. So we're going to, while everybody's talking about the gender divides and the wars going inside relationships, we're going to talk about time to see each other. It's time to get back close with each other, understand each other, and be open to the truths about each other in terms of how we relate. And so be diving into that. So some of you already been responding with that. Join the email list so that way you can be getting regular different alerts, because also we're trying to see which city where to go. We got some cities we're already targeting already, like Atlanta, Columbus, DMV area. We got some people, rumblings in Chicago area, Houston. We're trying to do that, and also on the West Coast, we're looking at Oakland, LA, or San Diego area, and there's some couple areas. Y'all know I normally do regular tours with the Wisdom Zen tours, but now it's also trying to bring these tours into power. I really want to make myself available to do my part to bring. And this is one of the things I used to do for years, and so I'm bringing this thing back so that way we can move in a positive direction. Okay, so See Your Lover. You also can tap the link right there in my thing, get this book as well too. It gives you a jump start, because this is a model. Okay, it's a model about inviting you to see each other, to take what you have strong, to expand, to help understand what may be conflicting and being able to resolve it. There's a lot of stuff that goes on to the simple model right here, but the most important piece in the earlier tours when we do to See Your Lover, we're going to tap into forgiveness, because that's also something that's very needed in it. Because if you don't have if you don't have forgiveness and operate in unforgiveness, or you wrestle with that, guess what? It makes it very easy for you to experience the shadow psychology from other people inside your relationship. So people are like, why you said two things? Because they are related. All right. So if you want to get involved in the whole wisdom cloud of things we'll be doing, join the Soul House. Join the Soul House, because we're going to tap in, and not just you're going to be tapping into this. There's already a host of audios you can be listening to while you're at work, while you're taking your jogs. We have a whole audio. I have a wisdom catalog that's available for you. Some of you just are getting more aware of what I do. I do a lot, and so once you tap into there, you'll know what time it is. Okay, so we're going to chime back down on here. I'm sorry. Let me see what some people said. Thank you. Oh, let me give y'all some love. Hold on. Oh, peace. We got people from India. Yes. This is what we're gonna do. This video will be available, right here. And again, we're gonna type back in because some of you that's on, try back on at 9 o'clock. Because I think we need to empower or encourage each other. And so I'm realizing at this moment we need some encouragement to get some insights on how to bounce back. The one thing is like if you specialize in anything, it's bouncing back. So we're gonna bring that to you. All right, and see if somebody else has some stuff right here. Okay, so that's what's up. We'll touch back down. Y'all go ahead and join the Soul House. Somebody right there. Join the Soul House, and the members is already in the Soul House. You don't, of course, you're already inside the plug. So y'all go invite people to bring them in and to tap into this because this is very beneficial. I forgot to mention, even with that, it also will be audio. So we're going to be doing videos, through YouTube. Is going to be, stuff's going to be exclusive for members, but we're also going to have this available in audio so you can take it and be able to listen to it and all that. So you're going to be equipped with a wide range of ways to understand shadow psychology. But in the meantime, stand by. We'll be back and we're going to continue to tap in. All right. So that's what's up. One love.